Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Step and this is going to be part 31 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Danes. And just to recap what has been happening, so my GA points are very good. Just to double check this, I'm sitting on 176 glorious achievements points, and I believe that is counting the Kalmar Union, so that's not going to be counted again. This is just all I get for that. So as far as reoccurring points goes, I'm going to be making 15, so 20 points I will be making during the next counting period, I believe, which is going to be in the year 1375. Okay, yeah. And the next closest faction behind me is the Egyptians, sitting at 136, so 40 points behind me, and they're also making 20 points per turn, so they would not be catching up to me on this. However, I think I still want to fight them just for funsies, but other than that, the Almohads have just suffered two devastating civil wars back to back. In fact, I think one of them started before the other one even ended, and at first I was questioning if that was possible. I think what had happened was that they had a jihad that was attempting to take Navarre, and then I think they lost that chapter house, and therefore that jihad through that civil war, and then I think that kind of caused another chain reaction sort of deal. So the Almohads they're toast, aren't they? You know, they have Granada, they have some territories up here in Western Europe, Western and Central Europe. Yeah, they do have some forces, don't they? They do have a pocket, I guess. They have a pocket, but then their Khalifa is marooned down here in Sicily. And this is the main cause of this civil war. His influence being separated from the rest of his faction is really, you know, was like kind of the nail in the coffin. I was already working on it, and I'm going to take some credit for partially so it's kind of this happening. My cardinals and my spies have been doing their work. However, I really do think that the main reason why this civil war happened, the first one, is just because they attacked me, I killed the Khalifa, and then the next Khalifa was crowned down here in Sicily. So, very unfortunate for them. Also, this has caused an Italian reemergence in a few territories, Corsica, Genoa, Provence, Aragon, Castile, all fun stuff. The Italian king is down here in Castile. So the Italians might take over the Iberian Peninsula. Also, the papacy has a Navarre and Aquitaine, which is also pretty cool. This is a fun map. Like, there's a lot going on right now. The fact that the papacy is still a player is kind of cool. They're providing a presence. They are. They're a little bit spread out right now, but I wonder if they ever would go down to Sicily and kill the Almohads. Are they currently at war with them? They are. They are at war with the Almohads. During all of this, the Egyptians have taken this opportunity to finish off the Turks. Finally, the Turks that were here in Rhodes and Nicaea and Georgia have been wiped out. Rhodes is still rebel, but that is fine. And then now they're pushing against the Poles. So the Poles are on their last legs now. They have a couple territories here in Brandenburg, Silesia, and Volhynia. And they're going to be knocked up pretty soon. Now, would the Mongols get involved? Well, they are dealing with their own civil war, and I don't know why this happened. I don't know. Are the Mongols at war with anyone besides me? It's just me, and they haven't attacked in a while, so I don't know. Wow, how did this happen? This is so bizarre. You know? I wonder, I haven't tried getting a ceasefire in a while, and maybe during a civil war would be a time to ask. I have no reason to fight them. I have no reason at all. And on that front, I am making 18,000 per turn. I'm sitting on 311,000 in the treasury, so things are going pretty gosh darn well for me. Now, my king is getting pretty old. He's 56 years old, so it's going to be time for him to kick the can soon. He is, is at 8 influence, which is pretty good, isn't it? And also, Magnificent Builder is giving +2 loyalty to all generals. So, when his son, Prince Valdemar, this is his next in line. And, yes, traits are pretty bad. You know, he's a chinless wonder, so there's a little bit of inbreeding going on. And I think this might get worse over time. Maybe not. I can't remember if the inbred traits get worse over time. But Natural Leader, this doesn't do anything for him. I mean, it helps his loyalty, and it makes him a better combat leader if he ever led an army in battle. but he's not going to have that loyalty boost to all generals as his dad has, and the jury is still out on what kind of influence this prince is going to have. So just in case, I do have some princesses waiting in the wings here, and I think they're all quite young, so I don't have to worry about them retiring anytime soon. Yeah, these two are quite young. Princess Ulrika is a little bit, oh, not her, no, there's another one, not you. Princess Thyra, 27 years old, so she might only have 8 years left of eligibility. But then I have more. I have like 3 more princesses on the way, so that can really help out if I have some generals that are a little bit dissatisfied with the new ruler, the new king. When the time comes, I might be able to handle it with just my princesses, but we will see. I have plenty of assassins and spies on hand as well, so I have options to deal with that when it comes. No one wants a repeat of the Almohad situation happening to my Danish empire. That's not what I'm looking for. So with that in mind, I don't mind having Polish princesses hanging out in my territories. That is fine. Although my Prince Valdemar, that's his name, right? Prince Valdemar, he is married already, but he does have... So this is the brother, Prince Canute. Prince Hardcanute is 6 years away before he comes of age, and then there is Prince Christopher as well. So there is 2 younger brothers on the way. And what's nice about this is that it's my understanding that there can only be 6 heirs at a time. The game kind of caps it at 6, which is really, it's bad. That's a bad thing. It's one of those disappointing things in this game, but sometimes it can be really dicey because you only have like, if you have, for instance, like, you know, 5 sons, when the oldest of them becomes the king, then you will have those 4 sons remaining as heirs. You know, essentially all older men are still the heirs. And then that means that that new king can only have 2 sons because it caps out at 6. And that can be a very frustrating thing. And this can get worse. You can have 5 brothers and, you know, can only have room for 1 son. In this case, I only have 1 brother. So what was going to happen when Prince Valdemar becomes the king, Prince Canute is going to be sort of not here anymore. The game will still track that he is of noble blood, but he's no longer going to be in the line of succession. Or at least he won't be on this tab anymore. And I think he will still be available if he wants to lead a civil war. Like, the game tracks it for that. But what I'm trying to say, though, is that then I will have these 2 princes, Hardcanute and Christopher, as heirs, and then I will have room for 4 more sons, as long as this current king doesn't have any more, you know, sons in the meantime, that is. So we are in pretty good shape in regards to our succession and our economy and our glorious achievements points. Our military is also making some really good progress. I can train chivalric knights in Saxony and Denmark, which are pretty good provinces in regards to all of my upgrades. I have armor upgrades and the morale upgrades in both of these provinces. I'm working on getting chivalric knights available here in Sweden as well, because Sweden does have the iron deposits, and then I can retrain them up here or just train them up here in Sweden for that. Those weapon upgrades would be pretty massive. I mean, chivalric knights with all those upgrades, oh my god, that's so killer. And that also transfers over to when you dismount those units and turn them into dismounted chivalric knights. Like, oh man, wait and see. You will see. They're insane units. They're so good. So that's the plan. I want chivalric knights and dismounted chivalric knights in my late game armies. In addition to having some pikes, which I'm still working on, I'm getting there. I think this is the last building I need here in Lithuania, the county militia, and then I think I can start building or training the pikemen, just the basic pikemen. And then I'm working on getting the fortress here in Novgorod so that I can build the county militia here in Novgorod and then get pikemen there. And then I also want to get pikemen going here in... Yeah, I'm working on the county militia already. Perfect. Awesome. Here in Norway. Good. Good. I'm getting some pretty badass artillery here in Finland. I am building my culverant, and it looks like I'm going to switch over and start building Carax, which is my highest tier boat. Yeah, get some of these bad boys in the water. I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, that speed of 3 is really clutch because they are a deep sea boat with a speed of 3. That means they can catch the bagalas, which are a speed of 3, which the Muslims have. My cogs have a speed of 2, so they cannot catch those bagalas in the deep sea regions. So getting those boats out is going to be very, very nice. And let's see, other than that, let's see, England's doing pretty well. I'm just building a secondary shipbuilding and artillery building areas over here. And I will get some anti-personnel artillery in Finland. I'm working on getting the gunsmith's workshop, and then after that, I think it's going to be the master gunsmith. And I need both of those lines of buildings, the gun buildings and the artillery buildings, and that will allow me to build the, what are they called? The serpentine and then the organ gun? Yeah, both of those are very, well, they're anti-personnel weapons. The serpentine's a bit easier to use because it's a long range. The organ gun is hard to use because it's very, very, very short range, but it's so fun. I don't know if there's going to be really any opportunity to use it. I don't know. I think I checked this in the last episode. What's the terrain look like here from Poland to Prussia? So, lush to temperate, but it's flatland, okay. And flatland as well. So, not going to have too many advantages as the defender, I don't think. Let me check this again. Yeah. Inland to flatland, inland to flatland. Anywhere else, Franconia, I think is the same. So yeah, inland to flatland. But I don't know if the Almohads are going to attack me. I did get a ceasefire with them. I'm only at war with the Mongols, so that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that is it. And I did say that Polish princesses are welcome. You can hang out here, but Egyptian emissaries are not. So let's get them out. Get them out. No spying. No spying allowed. Okay. Now I think, let's see. Oh yeah, I was reminded in the last episode, I was so confused. I was like, why was I training Inquisitors? And I was reminded by one of my viewers, Mr. Giggles, thanks for looking out. You got my back, man. I was reminded that I was training Inquisitors because I wanted to see if they do reduce heresy. Because an event happened that was giving me some heresy here in Wessex and Mercia and Northumbria. Not much, it's only 8%, and it's not causing any issues. As you can see, my loyalty is just fine in all of these provinces, but I just wanted to see as an experiment if this can work. So I have them. They're so hard to find. They're so like they look just like cardinals. So let's do that and this. That doesn't get rid of the cardinals, but at least makes it a bit easier. I have a Grand Inquisitor right here. Bring him up to Mercia. And let's just remind myself. So 10, 13, and 8. Okay. 10, 13, and 8. And I've had bishops in here the whole time. So like, you would kind of think that the bishops, they spread Catholicism, you know? So is that combating the heresy? You would think so. That makes sense. But I don't actually know the answer to that. Now, I think I had more. Yeah, here's another Inquisitor. You come up to Northumbria. And with all of that taken care of, I just wanted to check in on my armies here in Pomerania and Prussia. These armies have been kept. They're kind of the ones that have been neglected somewhat, just because they were just bordering the Poles this entire time, and the Poles that were the least threatening of my neighbors. These armies are okay, but they do lack arquebusiers, or not arquebusiers, but arbalesters. They still have the old-fashioned crossbow, which is a unit that I've really sort of kind of stuck with so far. I could probably use to get more arbalesters going. I mean, the good thing is these are the provinces that are used for training arbalesters. So let's get some of these guys going, and then I did have some extras that I could bring down from Sweden, luckily, and that's it. So that's going to be fine for that. I'm going to leave these armies here, including my best general, Lord Bungson. You could argue that they should be brought over to Pomerania or Prussia, but let's get these guys, let's let them fight. I have a 5-star Lord Belison, Master of the Sables, great warrior, and that's it. Yeah, but 5 stars. And then how about you, sir? Lord Scott Canung, the King of Scotland, 4-star general, and he has quite a few. Let's see, that's not, nope. Oh, this guy's a good runner. Okay, -3 morale. I do not like that. Yeah, that's not the good one. That's not good. Would I be facing an attack from the Almohads? I don't think so. Maybe I should bring over Lord Bunkson over to Pomerania. So you don't have any other traits, like general traits, other than the fact that you have 8 stars. Still, that's very, very good. So let's bring you over here. Let's swap you out. You can command the armies in Saxony. That would be funny now if these were the armies that ended up getting attacked. I also don't have any chivalric knights in either of these provinces. Is that going to be a cause for concern? In fact, do I have backup chivalric knights? I don't think I have any backup chivalric knights. Huh. Oh, there's one. I found one. Found 2. Okay, I might be able to spread the love a little bit. I got 3 chivalric knights and any more. 4th one there. Oh, and a bunch more. Okay, there they all are. Ah, okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. So yeah, let's get these guys out. And let's spread the love a little bit. Yeah, I've been a little bit lacking here, but I think that's going to be okay. In fact, let's just bring over the whole, yeah, they're good. Send them all over to Pomerania, and then send these 3 to Prussia in addition to this one. Yes, yes. And yeah, I think that's fine. I don't want to overreact to the Egyptians too much, because I wouldn't mind getting a fight in. And I kind of like the idea of keeping my borders a bit light. Like, I'm already feeling a bit heavy here on Saxony. It's a different thing. So as you might recall, I'm attempting to keep it so that I only have as many stacks in a province as I do have enemy provinces or other even neutral provinces bordering my per province, you know. So like in Lithuania, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 neutral or enemy provinces, or even allies. But still, the point is that means I would have 4 stacks in Lithuania. That I liked that. I spent some time on that. I got all the extra reserve units back here in Sweden. There is sort of an issue though. What happens then is that when I make this switch and I essentially upgrade my armies, it happens not all at once, but sort of in spurts. And then that's where I kind of lose track of the new units and the old units and who should be replaced. Like right now, since I'm sending chivalric knights to Pomerania and Prussia, I should be bringing my feudal knights out of these provinces. And same with Sweden or Saxony, same with Lithuania, who also have chivalric knights, I believe. Yeah, they do. So that means I should be bringing these feudal knights all back to Sweden. However, I don't want to do that right away. Yeah, I don't, because it's kind of like an in-between phase where I'm kind of switching out my armies. So I'm not quite like fully switched yet. So yeah, I guess it's not going to be the cleanest transfer. It's still something I'm experimenting with. So give me some slack, and I'll figure out how I want to do this better in further episodes. But I do like this. I do like kind of keeping it lighter. This is what I've always done in my past campaigns: just go bananas and just really just have a lot on my border provinces, and you can afford it because the economy in this game is insane. But it kind of gets a little stale. You know, there's not as much action going on, and it's not just about giving the AI more of an opportunity to attack, but it's giving you, the player, more of an opportunity to fight defensive battles, which could destabilize the enemy factions. As we saw here against the Almohads, right? This would not have happened if I had 20 stacks in Saxony. They just wouldn't have attacked me. They would have ignored me and maybe done something else, and I would have just sat and watched and ate popcorn in the corner. like I did with my Byzantine campaign. I don't really want to play, I don't want to do that again. I want to play my campaigns with a bit of action, including defensive battles, if that is in the cards. So I like this so far. I just have to have more practice and just kind of figure out how I want to do this, you know? Obviously, having Chivalric Knights is a good thing, and I don't want them in Sweden waiting for me to fully switch over my armies. But, you know, in the meantime, if they sort of swing the value in my favor and the AI doesn't like that, so they don't attack, so be it then. So freaking be it. Wessex, I think, looks good. Yeah, they're good enough. Flanders doesn't have much there. So I think I'm just going to double check things and yeah, just continue on. You know, I want to get those pikes and guns out so that I can get some armies out so that I can attack Egypt in the future. And even though we do border each other in a land province, I don't want to attack them here. I want to use my gunpowder, which means attacking them, well, either in Anatolia or the Balkans. Yeah, not the desert. I don't want to go to the desert. The desert has sand and it's rough and coarse. But that's what I'm looking forward to doing here. Now I can finally train the basic pikemen here in Norway, and as you can see, they are pretty gosh darn cheap. Yeah, construction cost is 250 florins, support cost is 62. How's that compared to like a chivalric sergeant? Can't get chivalric sergeants in Norway, can I? Okay. Can't get them in Sweden. Where can I get chivalric sergeants? So 300, so these cost 50 more than the pikemen, and the support cost is the same. And the chivalric sergeant, I bet they have better stats, but the pikemen can fight in multiple ranks. I think they can fight in a total of 4 ranks, I think. That does lead their formation to be a bit narrower, but if you defend their flanks with like dismounted chivalric knights, it's pretty badass. So yeah, we're going to get these guys for sure. So pikes are very long spears. This length means that pikemen need proper training before they can act as a unit. Unlike other troops, the first 4 ranks of pikemen can fight against an enemy, presenting a wall of gleaming spear points to any foolish enough to charge them. I also believe that their bonus versus cav is better than spears. Oh man, I'm trying to remember. I think spears, oh no, I'm going to forget this. They have a bonus. They have like, it's like +2 to defense and +1 to attack when fighting cav. And then pikemen might be like +4 to defense and +2 to attack. I think it's just better defense versus spears. I believe. I would have to look this up. And then for polearms, like a halberdier or a dismounted chivalric knight, they would have +3 to attack and then I think +1 to defense. So it kind of reverses it. So that you have more bonus to the attack and less bonus to the defense. But those are the 3 types of units that do have these anti-cav bonuses. The halberdiers, or should I say the poleaxes, the pikes, and the spears. I would have to look it up to remember the exact difference between the pikes and the spears, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So let's definitely get these guys going here in Norway. And Norway already has an armorer's workshop, so I'm giving +2 armor to everything that is trained here, so that's pretty good. And then we also have a monastery +2 morale, the reliquary +2 morale. So I don't think these overlap. I think it just goes reliquary, I believe. Because these are of the same chain, building chain. These get Inquisitors, and then these get the Grand Inquisitors. And then, oh, actually, no, I have the Cathedral here. So I'm getting +3 morale for all of my pikemen that are trained here in Norway. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's get that, the Armorer's Guild for that +3 armor. Yeah, let's get that going here in Norway. And then I can start building the baronial court here in Sweden so that I can get the chivalric knights. Yeah, I'm almost there. Almost there. And just in case the Egyptians do attack me during this end turn, let's take a quick peek at the general who would be leading this attack. What we have here is Ali al-Salih, 4-star general. Natural Leader, so +2 morale. Unhinged Loon, -3 morale, so that's a net of -1. And then Most Honest, okay, so +1. Okay, so it all equals out to being a 0 bonus for anything. It's just the 4 stars. Okay, alright, that's fine. How's the army looking? Saracen Infantry, we've dealt with them before. They are a good spearman unit. Mamluk Horse Archers, this is a good hybrid Horse Archer unit. Good at fighting and melee, good at shooting, obviously. Let's see, we have Pavis Arbalesters. Okay, that's pretty tough. Regular Arbalesters, Desert Archers, which are better than my basic archers. Not at shooting, the shooting is the same, but they have a small shield, which does give them a bit of a defense against, well, missiles, obviously. And they have slightly better morale, I believe, and maybe even a little faster, maybe. But yeah, overall, these guys are a little bit better than basic archers. They do have some arquebusiers, and let's see, handgunners as well, so there's going to be some gunpowder. If they attack me in the rain, they better watch out. Some of their units are not going to be useful if they attack me in the rain. Yeah, they have some naphtha throwers as well. Let's see, Khwarezmian Cavalry, it's a good unit, but it's a bit beat up, isn't it? Some Mamluk handgunners. Okay, this is a unit that is unique to the Egyptians. It's the worst handgun unit in the game. It's available very early on in the campaign. But yeah, that's about it for that. So yeah, they're kind of relying on their ranged units, it appears. I am not seeing anything too dangerous in a melee. They have a beat up unit of Ghulam Cavalry. It's just going to get trounced by my Chivalric Knights if they fight me. Some Armenian Heavy Cavalry. Now this is a good unit, but again, it's a little bit beat up, and you know, it still would lose to my Chivalric Knights. I think even if it was healthy, I think. Anything else? Anything else? There is a 3-star general. They are training some javelin men. Yeah, it's kind of beat up overall. So if they attacked me in this turn, I think I would be okay. Are they at war with anyone else? Just the Poles and the papacy? Okie dokie. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. I don't feel too threatened at the moment, but I will keep an eye on that. And yes, the Mongols did turn me down again. They just really want to be at war with me forever and ever and ever, despite the fact that they are dealing with a civil war. How quaint. So, alright, with all that said and done, let's move on. Okay, now Egypt is going in. Oh, that's not my province. That's the Polish province. Okay. I got the colors mixed up. I was like, yep, that's me. And I was thinking, why was my province so lightly defended? Nope, it was not me. Okay. Let's see. Someone's killing my inquisitors. Okay. There's an enemy assassin. Okay. And yeah, the Poles are not going to be able to hold out under the Egyptian onslaught here in Brandenburg. And a plague here. Saint Vitus dance epidemic in Finland, a most terrible condition, as the afflicted jerk and dance in a macabre fashion until they swoon from exhaustion or give in to merciful death. Income halved in Finland. Ooh, that sounds pretty awful. Okay, wow, here we go. The Turks are back. An heir of the last ruling lineage who escaped detection has organized a rebellion and attempt to re-establish his faction. So it's just going to be the one province, I think. Rebel provinces, number of provinces being attacked. I think it's just the one province. Right here in the middle of the Mongolian territories here in Pereslavl. Okay. Sir Sigvat Forkbeard, plus 30% zeal in governing. Okay, well, he is not a governor. I don't know. No, he's not. Yeah, what do we have here? So the Turks, man, they got some Khwarezmian cavalry. Wow, those are some good units. Sepcav, you know, decent light cav. Naphtha throwers are not going to be good in an auto-resolve. A lot of Khwarezmian cavalry, wow. A lot of those units. Yeah, it's the man, the re-emergence kings are just, they're never good, are they? They really are not. Let's see. Any melee infantry? There's no melee infantry. It's just like ranged units and the Khwarezmian cavalry. At least they have some demi-cannons, so they should be able to deal with this poor 4 tier in Pereslavl. And yeah, then what would they do next? Would they have power or the strength to compete against the neighboring Mongols? That is the question. This is mostly light cav here in Kiev. Chernigov has some heavy cav units, but there's only like 3 of them. 5. There's 5 full strength units in Chernigov. Khazar, yeah, it's mostly foot archers. And then, yes, that's those provinces. They could expand if they wanted to. We will see what they get up to. Now, Prince Hardkanund has come of age, so this is going to be my second brother or second son. So let's check him out and see how he is. We have some more buildings that are finished here. The cannon foundries. I think I just so I can get better boats in more provinces, really, and artillery as well. Why not? Let's see, another son on the way. Okay, so there's gonna be 3 brothers so far. Let's call it at that, shall we? And then, yeah, Prince Hardkanund, weak principles, doesn't matter. He's a 3-star general, that's good. And then, yeah, Killer Instinct, so +2 Valor, he's gonna be a good fighter. And then +1 Dread, so not bad at all. He's actually better than his older brother, yeah. I think just because the king's influence is higher now. It's capped out at 9 now. So, yeah, the king's influence might actually have an impact on the heir's stats when they come of age. Because he's decent, isn't he? Acumen's good, command's good, dread, piety, loyalty. Yeah, he's better than his older brother, Prince Valdemar. It's kind of a dud, isn't he? Natural leader is good. That is better. But, you know, what would you rather have, a 3-star general or a natural leader? Also, this guy can fight. +2 Valor. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, let's find a wife for him, shall we? Is that Polish princess still around, or is she kind of buggered off by now? Okay, looks like she's right there. Well, yeah, let's go ask her. And see if she wants to marry into our family. And if not her, are there other options? What about the Italians? Do they have any princesses yet? Not that I'm seeing, but if not them, then there's always the Sicilians, who at least have 1. Oh, the Turks took back Rhodes. I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, we have an Egyptian jihad as well. Where is this going? Moldavia. Okay, so they did lose Moldavia to the Poles. Oh, the cheeky Poles. Okay. Yeah, they're doing what they can, but these Egyptian forces are going to overwhelm them pretty soon, I think. Oh, wow, the Almohad Khalifa has died in battle, and that's it. He has no heirs. He is gone, and the Poles also were eliminated in this end turn phase as well. So 2 factions down and 1 end turn. Wow. Okay, that's really going to change the map up, especially with the Almohads dying. Well, let's see, catching enemy assassins. Man, there's just assassins going crazy at my territories. I'm losing like princesses and inquisitors and bishops. It's just like, I'm catching a lot too. I'm catching a lot of assassins, but yeah, the papacy and the Egyptians are just non-stop sending assassins my way. Prince Christopher is now of age. Let's check him out. And now we can finally start training chivalric knights here in Sweden. And we're getting better pikemen here in Norway with the Armorers Guild finished. Bell Foundry, so yep, artillery. And here we are, the Burgundians. Man, gosh, have I seen the Burgundians yet? I don't know if I have. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I've always known about them, but I don't know if I've even seen them before. Cool. I wonder what province they're going to be in. Now, let's see. Prince Christopher, natural leader, so +2 morale. That's good and strange. -1 morale. Okay, that's not as good. Is he a 2-star general? I can't quite tell. I'll look at that in a moment. Okie dokie, okie dokie. Looks good. Homeland's objectives. Okay, so yeah, we got 5 points for the homelands, but then we got a few more for the conquest. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're quite a bit. Yeah, we're like 40, almost 40 points above the Egyptians. Yeah, they're doing pretty well. Okay, let's see. Prince Christopher, first things first. 4 loyalty, that's not great. 3 command, 1 acumen. Okay, how's the influence on Daddy-O looking? Yeah, he's down to 2. Okay, so he had the wraparound bug happen. And that kind of, gosh, you know, it's funny. The whole idea that influence does have an effect on the heir's stats, that might be true. You know, I was pretty skeptical for a while, but, you know, that just gave me a good indication. You know, I think that my 3 sons during this king's reign would indicate that, yeah, it went from bad to good to bad. So, yeah, well, we can continue to keep an eye on that, but we will see. Okay, so, man, what do we got here? Like, the Swiss already exist, but they have not moved out of Switzerland. The Burgundians are here. How are they looking? Now, unlike the Swiss, they don't have any unique units that I'm aware of. Let's see, Royal Knights, Feudal Knights, Mounted Crossbows, yes, Pikemen, okie dokie. Yeah, it's decent, isn't it? Like, it's decent, but this basic Spearman, you know, that's kind of trash, but whatevs. I mean, considering how empty Central and Western Europe are, there's a chance for them to make some noise here. Yeah, we will have to see, you know, like this. I wonder who's going to, like, consolidate this. The Egyptians are here. They are gaining strength slowly. They were kind of slowed down because they were excommunicated, and maybe that was through direct conflict with the Pope. In fact, that would make, I guess, the most sense. And however, the Pope died just naturally of old age, I believe. And so the Italians are probably back on track here for now, I think. They were dealing with a big Christian rebellion here in Genoa, but they seem to be doing okay. So I suppose they have the best chance of getting powerful, you know? Like, they have the best chance of uniting Iberia. But the Pope as well does have a presence here as well. But they might be facing too much pressure from the east. Although, I mean, gosh, without the Almohads here, the papacy might... Gosh, I don't know. There's so much... The thing is, the rebel forces are strong. You know, these are the old Almohad forces, so they are numerous. And it's going to be hard to take these rebel territories, I think. I think it's going to be difficult. So it's going to be a question of, you know, how much will the Egyptians be happy to take off of rebels before they turn their sights on me? That's what I'm curious to take a look at. And, I mean, the more territory they take, the more they demand that I essentially deal with them at some point, which I was planning on doing eventually anyway, but, yeah, I mean, they're going to start getting... How are their conquest points? It's 1 for every 4 provinces. Okay, so that's not great. That's kind of hard, actually. So I'm not worried about my victory conditions, but still, it's, you know, they're going to get very, very powerful. However, I was just going to say, okay, their navies, they finally started building navies again. Okay. They stayed out of the waters for quite some time, and now they have 2 boats in the water, and it's going to be 2 bagalas. Okay, what do I have here? 2 caravels, 1 longboat. Okay. I'm going to have to go back to thinking about this. I haven't thought about navies in a minute. So let's send over a cog and a caravel, and let's see if I can get it up to the Adriatic. And yeah, let's look at this, because I am building Carax in Finland. Yeah, I'm working on them. They take 4 turns, don't they? Yes, they do. So do I have any yet? I have my first Carac. Let's just move it. Let's move it and let's get it down. And I still can't get cogs yet. I need to get cogs going in Wessex. I'm working on it because I can get the +1 valor for cogs in Wessex. And that should be fine. Cogs in Wessex and Carax in Finland should be enough in the Navy department, considering that I already have a lot, right? I just need some backups. Some backup boats. Put you there. Because I had a lone boat sink in a storm. Okie dokie, so yeah, there will be war with the Egyptians. It is coming. But I'm really curious, like, what's gonna happen here in Europe now. Okay, now my king has finally died. He lived to be a pretty old age. And I'm curious to see how we do, because at the time of his death, I think he had like 2 influence, which is, yeah, not good. So I will have to take a peek and see how the generals are doing, you know, see how everyone's feeling about the new king. So, all right, my assassin did get caught chasing after an Egyptian emissary down here, Naples. And I'm catching, rebel assassins. Okay, that's cool. Reliquary finished here in Saxony. That's going to be giving my soldiers that are trained to there +2 morale. And John Ball is a foul heretic, given to preaching many errors and scandals against king and church, and no goodwill come to his immortal soul. His attacks on the privileged, wealthy, and positioned are not to be tolerated. They stir up the simple and lowly to foolish rebellion. Wessex is now a hotbed of heresy and disloyalty. Okay, we will see about that. The Pope is trying to be friends. I'm just gonna keep on giving them the cold shoulder. Yeah. Just because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I want to attack Naples, and it looks like he has Sicily now. I'm just looking at the map up here. Yeah, so he's taken Sicily. All right. I want to look at this first, because I still have an Inquisitor here in Wessex, and now heresy has gone up to 25%. Loyalty is sitting at 200% though, so we are doing quite well, I think. Now, there was a moment where heresy was going down. My Inquisitors were killed, the ones that I put here in Northumbria and Mercia, and it looks like heresy has gone down in both of these provinces. But I don't know if it was because of the Inquisitors or not. I have one more left, so let's just bring him up to Mercia and see. So we have 9% here in Mercia. Let's bring him up and let's see if that goes down a bit. Obviously, I mean, 25% is worse, so maybe I should keep him there. But there's no issue. I have 200% loyalty, you know. I'm doing it just to see, you know. I'm just experimenting here. Right, so let's do that. And new king. So new king, pretty bad. He has 0 command, 4 influence, which is okay, I think. I think that's like doable, right? I think that's okay. And let's, so his brother is the heir, so his 2 brothers are the heirs, and then okay, so there's Prince Harold and Prince Sven. And I didn't look at this before, so I don't know which one. I think only one of these is belonging to the previous king, I think. And then I think the other one is the son of the current king, I think. I don't think I had 2 underage sons as the last king. But I may have lost track of that. But I'm betting on one of those being my current king's sons. Which, if that is the case, that's good. That's good. Either 6 years old or 5 years old. And my current king is 33, so there would be plenty of time for one of them to come of age before he dies. All right, GA points. This is the turn after the announcement, and nothing's changed. Homelands. Oh, something has changed. I'm making more points for homelands. So now I'm making 3 points for Sweden and 1 point for Norway. Okay, that's cool. So it's like giving me the Kalmar Union points, just in a different way. That's kind of funny. Well, yeah, it's funny how the Kalmar Union is connected to trade, whereas the achievement is mine, and I know nothing, but I thought the achievement of the Kalmar Union was uniting Denmark, Sweden, and Norway under one banner, one empire. I don't know how that directly. I know they had a thing against the Hanseatic League. You know, I think there was some competition there, and the Hanseatic League were they German? Were they German nobles? I'm not quite sure. Like nobles just up in these areas, like Pomerania and Prussia. and they were competing with the Kalmar Union over trade stuff in the Baltic. Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but yeah. And anyway, I get it. Whatever, I get it. I understand. Now, my general's loyalty does seem to be pretty good, I must say. I mean, the lowest one is this 4 shield loyalty guy. So let's find my oldest princess. Let's see, 18, 22, 31. I think it's going to be you. Yeah, Princess Margaret. And where are you at? Is it you? Yeah, let's get Margaret married off to you. See if I can improve his loyalty anymore. Other than that, though, I have a handful of like 5 shield loyalty guys, but 5 is fine, I think. I mean, it merits keeping an eye on, but you know, I suppose it should be okay, I think. If they get any bad traits that decrease the loyalty, that can be an issue, but yeah, right now, it's not a problem. And now I can finally build the Serpentines and the organ guns here in Finland. So let's check these bad boys out. So with the Serpentine, we have a 3 years to build this, 3 turns to build this. Organ gun is only 2 turns. The Serpentine, 325 construction cost, support cost is 15. Organ gun is cheaper, 275 construction cost, and only 5 support cost. Unit size 8, unit size is 12. Okay, so there's more men to feed for the Serpentine. And yeah, the Serpentine is a light cannon with a very long barrel. The name comes from its snake-like proportions that fires a 1 kilogram ball. It is light, transportable, and quite accurate. It has a good range, and a single shot can kill more than 1 man, which is how the ballista should work. You know, shoots a giant arrow at people. But no, with the Serpentine, it's good. It's good. It can be used. It's anti-personnel weapon. It doesn't really do much damage to walls. I don't even know if I've tested that, but it's not supposed to. And but it's long range. That's the thing. It can like pick up units, which is pretty cool. And it bounces. So it bounces through units. Is a high rate of fire as well. So whereas these other cannons, now like the Culverin and the Demi-Culverin, I believe they do okay against anti-personnel as well. You know, whereas like the catapults or the trebuchets or the mangonels are really just kind of anti-building and anti-fortification. The cannons seem to do okay. These cannons, not the bombards. The bombards, you know, they're also just for fortifications. But the culverins and the demi-culverins, I feel like they do okay. But the thing is that the Serpentine, it has that fast rate of fire, so it really can pump out the lead in the enemy's directions. So I'm starting to think, like, wouldn't it be fun to actually have a couple of these units in my defensive armies? And I think the answer to that is yes. Also, we have the organ gun. So the organ gun takes its name from its multiple barrels laid side by side on a wooden frame and reminiscent of the pipes of a church organ. It can unleash a devastating salvo, but it suffers from the same slow fire rate and difficulty of movement as other artillery pieces. So with the Serpentine, I believe because of its long range, potentially, and I haven't really used it in this way before, but it might be possible to use the Serpentine as the attacker because it can be deployed in a forward position, and because of its long range, it can actually scan over a wide range of the battlefield. Whereas the organ gun is probably just for defensive battles, specifically if you were defending a river battle or a if you were defending a fortification. I know that's very rare, but that can work too in that way. Do I have any river? I don't think I have. Do I have any rivers? Would this be a river fight? No, it would not. Kind of seems like it would be, but I guess that's their river and their territory. The rivers in this game are not as clear as they are in Shogun. In Shogun, they're a lot easier to see, I think. And in this game, they're a little bit harder to recognize at times. So that would not be a river battle. This, what might be? Yes, this would be. If they attacked from Brandenburg into Saxony, that would be a river battle. Okay. But Brandenburg into Pomerania is not a river battle. That's just flatland. Okie dokie. And yeah, this is just flatland and flatland. Okay. Okay, well, still, I think... Now, this is kind of a tough call. I want all of this cool stuff. I still want to keep building Carax here in Finland, because I think that we are sort of aiming towards a naval engagement, but I think that my navy's probably good enough as is. So let's get some fun stuff going. Let's get some serpentines on the field and even some organ guns at some point. And I will get that's what my British Isle provinces are for. They're trying to catch up so that they can help Finland kind of build cool stuff. Cool ships, nice artillery. So they're still working on it. I eventually will get cogs here in Wessex, and then yeah, I'm working on my other artillery buildings in these other provinces. So that's going to be the key there, because yeah, right now I want all of the fun stuff, and I only have one province that can get it for me. Oh wow, the Egyptian Sultan has been captured and executed. Okay. I wonder how that happened. I know that the Egyptians did attack a province, was it the Papal States maybe? And they used their navy to attack it, so by land it's cut off. And then there was a loyalist rebellion there, so I'm wondering if it was there, or maybe Naples. They also used a naval invasion on Naples as well. And I wonder if it was one of those provinces where the papacy was able to trap and execute the Egyptian Sultan. And if that's the case, I wonder where the next Sultan is going to be. Let's see, we're killing enemy assassins. Yeah, see, this is just going crazy. Yeah, just tons of assassins. Shipbuilders Guild is finished here in Wales. And Scotland. Cannon Foundry finished here in Mercia. And the Germans are back. Oh, baby. Here we go. Number of rebel provinces joining the revolt is 11. Holy shit. Yeah, they are back. Wow. Number of provinces being attacked. So that's the 2 provinces that are being attacked by the reemergence. And then 11 more are just outright joining them. So that is awesome. Sweet. And we have another son on the way. So we have a few sons as well. This is all good. King Valdemar I is a builder, plus 10 happiness in all provinces. Good stuff. Let's see. Starred generals. -2 morale. That's not good, but you are only a 1-star general. You would never lead these armies. And let's see. 1-star general is a hedonist. -1 valor. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good, because you are probably a fighting unit. Yeah, chivalric knights zero valor or -1 valor. Yeah, it's not good. This is cool though, man. Wow, what a campaign. Jeez, oh Pete's. All right, the Germans are back, and they have quite the presence. The Burgundians were not able to break out of Burgundy, and the Swiss as well, just stuck here in Switzerland. So there's not much standing in the way of the Germans just running shop here. Now, would they do well against the Italians? Or the papacy for that matter? Oh my goodness. They already have troops. They're going to start out at war with the papacy. That's shocking. Huh. So that must be one of the reemergence provinces. Huh. 127% loyalty. I feel like that's high enough. That's very, very interesting. Huh. I keep saying, huh. So I don't know where the Egyptian Sultan died, but I wonder if it was here, because there's the papacy, loyalist forces here. So, or was it here? The papacy may have trapped him. No, because they would have had to finish this siege off. Okay. Where's the new Egyptian Sultan? I would like to know that, because I want to see. Gosh, he's not in an island, is he? That'd be just crazy if he was... No, he's not here in the Papal States. He's not, like, separated from his realm like the Almohad Khalifa was. Okay, I finally found him. Sultan Khalil II. 3 influence, so not great. Natural leader, hard sums. Okay, 3 influence is not great, and if this jihad fails, which it's going to, it has not been able to take Moldavia, it's not going to be able to take Moldavia. If they just reinforced it with any of these armies that are back here, they would be fine, but they're not going to do that. So there's only 4 men left in this jihad, so this is going to fail like right away. And as soon as that fails, this brand new sultan with only 3 influence might be in a bit of a pickle. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Egyptian realm once that happens. But you know what? That is all going to have to wait until next time. Yeah, I know, another quiet episode, but I feel like my armies are getting ready here now. I'm getting pikes, I'm getting guns, I'm still getting my chivalric knights, and I'm going to be ready at some point to invade the Egyptian forces. Now, I'm hoping that there's still going to be something left to fight by the time that happens, because as is, they might, as I just said, might be in a bit of a pickle coming up here. So, also, their navies are getting, yeah, they're getting some boats in the waters, but I've boats of my own, so I think we should be able to handle that. And yeah, it's going to be fun once we start fighting the Egyptians. I will have to reorganize my border forces just because I'm getting a little bit heavy on my border provinces again, and I don't want that. However, I can't just go all guns and expect to have the luxury of fighting in dry weather. I need to make sure that I have a contingency army in place so that I can fight in the rain if that's what it comes down to, which, you know, the Egyptians have a lot of gunpowder as well, so they would be kind of screwed. But in any case, yes, that is all going to wait until next time. As always, I hope you have enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. This has been Conestep playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.